Hey, Captain Tom here at Quality Boats. We're going to take a look today at the Grady White 215 dual console. So one of the beginning or entry-level boats that a lot of people with the dual console, plenty of family, maybe some little ones on the boat. A couple great features on the boat. You're going to see some of the lines, and we're going to take a view inside as well. But starting on the front, I have a Carolina flare, right? So a lot of people, this does two things realistically. A boat underway, this is actually helping air get underneath the boat. It actually gives it some lift. But if you ever do torpedo a wave, which is going to happen, there's going to be a big wave, it's actually just going to launch all the water out and away from you and not spray you, but it also gives the boat lift as well. Obviously a feature that's on some of the largest sport fishing boats, and Grady White has it on their entire lineup. A couple things they do special with the CV2 patented hull. This is a variable dead rise. What that means is most boats, that's half the boat. With Grady, it's the entire boat. If I actually took a blue painter's tape every foot down the boat, you would see that there's a different angle from bow to stern. So the boat finds its happy medium as you're driving, especially here in Tampa Bay. A lot of times our waves are a little tighter together. So it gives you more assurance and stability in the boat. You don't have that slap and the knock that most boats have, and that's just something Grady does really well. Probably the widest part of the boat is in the middle of a Grady, so it is that true boat tail, right, that we've all seen in the past. And again, that gives the ride dry. I've got my rub rail. I got a shower. I got my integrated swim platform, very large. This boat, we call it the 216, and don't be confused. This boat's 23.3 overall. Grady is very conservative in how they do it, and we're basically going from drain plug to the front of the boat, so it's a little different as far as that. Something they do in the back, which I really love, I want to point it out to you. So number one, bronze is below the water line, so all your plugs and etc. are bronze, as they should be, which they are on yachts. And the second thing is this lifting eye. That's the same lifting eye that's on the Grady White 456, so the flagship. I don't have a little parts bin for a little boat. They use all the best features they can on all their boats. One of the features they do, which I thought was fantastic when I toured the factory in Greenville, North Carolina, is they take every component on this boat and it actually goes into a salt tank until it fails. So what they decide is if it doesn't have enough longevity, whether it's the stainless, whether it's the speakers or electronics, they go back to that manufacturer and they demand better. So that's why you'll look at old Grady's 10, 15, 20 years old. You don't have little cracks or wear outs and things like that. It just makes, usually a Grady is a lifetime purchase, and people end up, once they're in a Grady, they usually stay in a Grady. Okay, making our way into the Grady White 215. Huge swing sponsons off the back, so really just fantastic for the family, a day on the water. Just an extra way to get on and off, whether a floating dock or if you're coming up on the boarding ladder on the starboard side. Easy entry. These are the actual bases. The cushions are at underside. We'll flip them and it actually makes your seating. Or if you're casting out, you obviously have a rigid platform to do so. This is powered by the Yamaha 250, so fantastic performance on a 22, 23 foot boat overall. I've got a rear shower. I've got my live well. Again, I got my secondary seat. I got my ladder on the starboard side. Now this, we've got the nice Captain Helms chair. Now you'll notice this boat is just very clean and simple. So this is a fantastic boat to have a dual console, have plenty of seating for everybody, but basically you hose it off when you're done, put it away, right? So it's not a lot of maintenance, not a lot of work to do. On the passenger side, I have my sliding backrest, so I can have a lounger either direction. So depending on what my body count is in the boat, or just watching fish poles or what have you. I've got my Fusion sound system. To be added, electronics of your choice. We typically use Garmin, but it could be anything you want. We've got our Yamaha control screen. I've got my trim tabs. And again, it's digital, so I'm going to have my fly-by-wire, my stainless steering wheel, and easy controls for my switches. I've got my bimini cover top over a head, and of course a lot of ass. Now I've got my my head in the boat, so I've got the bathroom and a holding tank, vent as well. Easy forward storage underneath. So there's my front filler cushion and just ample storage. I've got my some tackle as well, and then I've got a huge lounge area up front. Now up front, now here's a couple key things with a Grady. These are all insulated boxes because this is a foam core boat. There are no cavities underneath the floor. So Grady actually, one of their specialties they do, still have a stringer system in the boat. And the difference, like other foam built boats, ours are actually just in each one of those boxes. So there's still a skeleton, still a structure, but then the foam core actually insulates the boat, make it very, very quiet, but also non-sinkable. So it's a plus for a safety part of it. But both of these end up being your coolers or ice box, whether dry or cold storage. Again, just giving you more deck space underneath. I've got anchor storage forward. I've got nice handrails. I've got my speaker system, my cup holders, everything you could want for a day on the water. Again, simple and clean, a 23-foot boat, 8.6 beam, easy trailerable, as most single engines are. But the fantastic thing about a Grady is quiet, driest ride on the planet. And we'll talk about the CV2 hull, which is still patented. This is still a privately owned family, not a corporation. So they spend a lot of time and energy to make sure some of their components in the boat will last your family's lifetime. Thanks for spending some time with me on the Grady White 215. I think I've shown a couple cool features on the boat. Obviously, this brand starts at a Grady 180 18 foot, goes up to a 46 foot to 456. So we have many models there in between, both center console and dual console, cabin, the whole 9 yards. Feel free to come to Quality Boats here in Clearwater and US 19. Let us show you the different models that are available to you and find the right boat that fits you and your family for the days on the water. Again, I'm Captain Tom at Quality Boats in Clearwater. Hope to see you soon.